you mentioned how you have to uh, the way you do a show or a trick in the U.S. compared to Mexico
Mm-hmm.
is different.
Mm-hmm.
So is that the case? Like wherever you go, do you kind of
Yes.
cater a show to Europe and Africa, and
Yes.
it's different in Australia? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, tell me about that.
Um, Not so much material, but more energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the New York audience is very, very different than a Midwest audience, right? They clap different, they respond different. You're more likely to have somebody call out to you in New York City, like even like like something, and that's I don't love that, so I have to manage that energy a little bit differently in New York. Box of Wonders being an exception because with Box of Wonders I make friends. Everybody becomes my friend really, really quickly, and I don't get any of that with that show. But the stage shows. I remember once I was performing in an inner city for like a charitable organization for kids that have never been to theater. And that was different because I'm in the middle of a routine to music, like all choreographed. And I'm going along, and these kids start talking to me in the middle of like this. I'm concentrating, man. And these kids are like asking me questions, because they're not used to live theater. They think this is TV where they could talk to it, right? Or something. And so that was different. And this was really interesting. I was performing in the south of France. I was invited by this mayor to this festival, and I'm performing again. I don't speak French, so it's all choreographed to music. And I'm performing my heart out, man. Energy, boom, just my initial character is this dark character. I make fire appear in my fists, turn them into swords, and like it's all energy. And I'm doing this act, and this crowd is dead silent. Like not a peep. I'm like going through my motions, and I'm like, they hate me. They hate me. I'm bombing in the south of France. They hate me. I'm getting so nervous, and I'm like over a minute and a half into my act, and not one clap, not a cheer, nothing. And then all of a sudden I hit this moment where I kind of like, just for the briefest moment, just kind of stop my motion, and I hear, and then I start moving again, and they go silent. I'm like, what the heck? So I keep going, and then I hit a moment in my act where I hit a pose. I go, pa-pa, and I open up, and I pause. And the whole audience erupts in applause. And I'm like, holy crap, they don't hate me. They're just polite. They understand variety theater. They've been going to variety theater their entire lives, and they don't want to distract me. They don't want to be rude. They don't want to step on one of my lines. They don't want to step on a moment. So they don't like in America, we interject energy at any moment. Any moment, if we see something neat, it's like, woo, we're cheering immediately. There, they were super polite, and I learned that I needed to hit applause cues in order to get applause from them. And now what I learned from this was many, many years ago, this happened, but what I learned is I needed to incorporate that also in America, because America appreciates knowing now's the time to applaud. And so I incorporate these moments where I just pause and I open up and I look at the audience and let them know this is a good time, and fortunately they do applaud, because that would be awkward if just like it was crickets. But yeah.
Great.
Yeah.